Yo. So let's talk about business. People ask me all the time, is owning a business hard? Yes. Owning a business is hard if you make it hard. Do I think everyone is capable or everyone should own a business? No. Own a business, before you think about owning a business, you have to ask yourself some questions.
Prepare to turn right.
How was your mental? Are you able to take pressure? How was your financial situation? Are you able to save money, invest money, spend money? How was your consistency level? These are the main things you need to own a business. And a lot of times when the business fails, it's because it's unorganized. Not only do you have to think about the business, you also have to think about your life. See, people get businesses, right? And they will make the money, and they're just blowing the money, spending the money, but they're not putting back into the business. And this is how your business fails. You might not be able to spend money on your business for a few years. The business might not make money for 2 or 3 years. Easy. So when it comes to a business,
in 1/4 of a mile, turn right onto South Delsey Drive.
you have to understand how the business runs first, what it takes to go into the business.
Turn right.
Meaning the investment that goes into the business or just the energy that goes into the business. Then you have to think about your life, your everyday life, the bills that you have and your responsibilities. So now you have to become your own financial advisor. This is how much bills I have at home. This is what goes into the business, right? It's a blueprint you got to set up. I have a blueprint that I follow every single week. It's just like being on a diet and you eating the same thing every day. You know how much calories is going in your body, protein, macros. It's the same thing. If you stay consistent, you will get the results you want. That's just how life is. It's consistency. And I would say a lot of people don't have consistency because a person can't even keep a job for a long period of time. They can't save money. Like, they'll start off doing it and then it fails. So it means that you don't have consistency. Consistency means you're able to do this for a long period of time. It becomes your everyday life. It's a part of you that no one has to tell you, no one has to babysit you. So I live my life a lot in consistency. Once I went to prison, I learned consistency. Because the way prison is set up, things is not to your need all the time. So you have to learn consistency in how to do things. I'm living in a dorm with 72 men with 2 stoves. It's hard to get on that stove to make some food. So I learned how to meal prep in prison. Years later, I'm still doing it. I'm still meal prep because it became part of my everyday life. Now, I could get to the stove in my house every day, but my lifestyle doesn't allow me to. I have other things on my agenda. So I will find one day, just like prison, to meal prep that's going to take me through the rest of the week. Consistency. My business, I have business bills. I have home bills. I set up a blueprint that I split these bills. So what I do personally, without giving numbers, I take my monthly bills between my business and my household and break it into 4 weeks. And every week, that's how much money I have to put away every week for my business and my household. Whatever, after I put that away, whatever's left over, that's how much money I actually made for myself. You understand? And it works. So at the end of the month, I'm not scrambling trying to figure out Oh, where am I get this money from? No. It's consistency. Make your life easier. I've been in business 12 years now. And then you have to understand, business goes up and down. You can't get arrogant to the point to say, yo, I made 100,000 last year. I'm going to make 100,000 this year. You might make the same, you might make more, or you might make less. Because you have to consider clients leaving you. You have to consider the market, how life is just expensive now. And all that goes back to your clients. Meaning, say you have a client that used to come and get a haircut every week. Because that client might have been making, let's throw a number out there, $1,000 a week. Because their job is doing well. Now their job slows down. When their job slows down, they cut back on hours. They cut back on workers. Your client might even got laid off. But they cut back on hours, your client got cut back on hours, so that means he's not making $1,000 a week no more. But he might have needed that $1,000 a week to fulfill his bills. That might have been, some people live from check to check. That might have been his thing. A part of that $1,000 a week, you was in there. That haircut was in there. Now, he had to eliminate stuff out of his life. He eliminated the weed man, the alcohol man, the barber, the sneaker man. He's eliminating things that he really don't need. He needs to pay his car. He needs to pay his car note. Most people got car notes. He needs to pay his car insurance. He needs to pay his mortgage or his rent. He needs to eat. He might have child care for his kids. Understand? There's some things that's mandatory. So who gets hit? I got hit. You understand? And as a business owner, you have to think that far. So when you're doing well in business, you have to appreciate it. And you have to stack money, prepare for those bad days, those bad weeks, because it could happen. I see it all the time. People got jobs, they're arrogant. Yeah, I'm making a bag now. And they blowing the money. And then something happens. And now they're scrambling to get the money. Because they thought their job was going to be great forever. No. Let me tell you something. We live in a world that we're dependent on each other. You have no control. I could walk out of my house tomorrow morning and someone could put a bullet in my head. I have no control over life. Shit, I could be in my house and catch a heart attack and die. This is just how life is. We got to start thinking realistic and stop thinking arrogant like the world revolves around you. No, it's an ecosystem. We all need each other. We all need that. And it can happen. What I just broke down could happen to anyone. It can happen to the hustler on the block. It can happen to the fortune. How many times you seen big companies shut down? Macy's shut down. JCPenney shut down. And these is big billion-dollar companies. It's because they're dependent on people like us to come and shop there. If we can't afford to shop, we can't afford to shop. But the lights got to stay on. That building has to keep running. If they can't afford to keep it running, it has to be shut down. So own the business is hard. Everything is hard. It's just how life is. Another thing about being a business owner, you can't take off for work when you want to take off. You can't just say, I'm a boss, I can just do what I want to do. No. If the business don't run, you don't make no money. So you got to strategize that. If I take off, would I still be able to pay my bills, maintain the business? You can't just work 2 or 3 days and say, you know what, I'm a boss, I'm gonna do what I want to do. In some cases you could, if you're running like an Amazon, a Shopify, because the business runs by itself. While you're sleeping, the business is being ran. But in most cases, if you are the business, if you are the physical business, you can't do what you want to do. Like in my case, I am the physical business. If I don't cut, I don't make no money. And because I run on a schedule, it's hard for me just to do what I want to do. So it's like you have a boss, but you don't have a boss. And consistency is the key. The way these people met you is the way you have to stay or become better. As soon as you change your system, these people might get mad and leave you. And that's how your business fails. You see it all the time. If you look at most businesses, the reviews, you'll see that sometimes you might hear, yo, the food used to be good. It's no longer good. The service used to be good. The service sucks. It's the same concept. It's consistency. Everything has to be planned. Me, usually when, say I want to go somewhere, I don't do last minute things. If I get sick last minute, that's a different story. That hardly happens. But just say I want to go on vacation next month. I would strategize my app and start taking off times and all that right now. Or like last month. So when my client goes to book, just say September 1st, it looks like I'm already booked up for September 1st. They don't know that I'm on vacation. They'll just pick another day. I used to announce it, but I don't. I have like 25 people that come every week for haircuts. I will let those 25 people know personally, hey, I'm doing this on such and such day. I know you come every week on this day. But for my guys that come like every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, I don't let them know. Because I don't know when they're going to come. Because they're not like weekly regulars. So you got to know your business. Every business is similar, but not similar at the same time. But any way you look at it, it's consistency to any business. And what you do too, you look at other businesses like yours, and you watch how they run it, and you'll see if the business is successful, or is the business falling apart. You can always learn a lot from a dummy too. Don't let that fool you. You learn from everyone. People that's winning and people that's losing. People that's winning, you be like, I want to be like this person. People that's losing, you could be like, nah, I don't want to be like this person. And once I picked up, because I had the attitude of, if you're not winning, I don't want to be like you. I don't want to learn from you. Now I learn from everyone. Winners and losers. That's basically it when it comes to like breaking down a business, you know. It's really just about consistency and thinking outside the box. If you look at a lot of companies, this is the difference between poor people and rich people. Poor people think for the day. Rich people think 10 years, 20 years down the line. Right now, we're in 2026. People are already thinking 2036. Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, these men are already thinking 10 years down the line. They're way past 2026. Understand? So when stuff just pop up on us, no, it popped up on us, you, because you wasn't thinking that far. And you know who loses a lot? I tell a lot of my young guys this. Prepare yourself for your future in your 20s. You know why? A lot of people right now are failing. I see it. Because my mind is not here. My mind, I did that dumb crap when I was young. Lived from check to check. It's scary. My mind is someplace else now. I'm thinking for 65, 70. Because if you can't even save a simple $1,000 a month, how do you expect to retire in the future? Because that's the goal, right? The goal is you got to retire at the age of 65. But if you don't set yourself up now, you're not retiring at 65. You're going to be working some security job until you're 100 if you last that long. That's not living life. That's surviving in life. A lot of people are surviving. Even though I put myself in a nice situation, I still feel I'm behind in life because I wasted 11 years of my life in prison. And now I'm rushing to make it up. I have to think 20 steps ahead because I feel like I'm behind, and just my mentality now is different. I wish I would have known this. I wish I had a mentor when I was in my 20s. I didn't have it. I wish I had YouTube. that I could just pull up a video and drive and listen to and learn some shit. It wasn't there for me. I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all gonna fail in life, and it sounds naive, it sounds stupid, but 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, you're gonna look back and be like, damn, I messed it up. If you're 70, 80, still working from check to check, and you ain't got nothing established, you failed. I'm gonna tell y'all the quick blueprint that I figured out on my own. You go to school from the ages 5 to 18. Then you graduate at 18. Now you're going to college for 4+ years. Or you're going to trade school 1 to 3, 4 years. Whatever it is, just give it a 10-year lifespan. So now you're 18 to 28 years old. That's 10 years. Now you got your career. You're 28 years old, still young. Now you locked into your career. The career comes with a bag. Remember, skills and career comes with a bag. 70+. Okay, now you got your career going. Now it's time to say, hey, I want to settle down, buy a house, have a family. Okay, now you got the wife, you got the kids, you bought your house. Say you bought the house at 30. Now, the house comes with a 30-year mortgage. 30, you're 30 years old with a 30-year mortgage. Now you're 60. If you pay on that house the way you're supposed to pay on that house without adding any extras, that house should be paid off by the time you're 60. If you mess up on the payments, you're in trouble. Now, if you're making more than what you can afford, if the house, my house is $2,100 a month. We pay $2,500 a month on the mortgage. So the house will be paid off way before the 30 years. And that comes from making more money than you can afford for this house. Or the partner, you make sure you get a right partner. That's a whole different video. Don't lock into someone that don't got shit going for themselves. Two of y'all, team member, both y'all making the bag, both y'all got y'all shit together. Both y'all come together connecting, making it work. Y'all banging these bills. Now, y'all both can retire at 60, 65, house paid off. If you live within your means, cars paid off, and y'all living. Y'all traveling, happy, healthy life, bags still coming in because y'all got 401ks, y'all got Social Security popping. You see that? You see what I just did? I went all the way to 60 years from 18 years old. You see how long it took you to get that, the lifespan? We don't have time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Stop playing games with your life. Don't be a loser. I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Have a great day. I'm about to go to the gym workout.